From pharmacy drink to 280 global addiction empire, the Coca-Cola story. In the sweltering heat of Atlanta, Georgia, 1886, a morphine-addicted pharmacist named Dr. John Stith Pemberton was desperately searching for a cure that would free him from his Civil War injury-induced dependency. What he created instead was something far more powerful than any medicine, a dark, syrupy concoction that would become the most recognizable brand on Earth and build a $280 billion empire that spans every corner of the globe. Pemberton had no idea that his headache remedy, originally containing cocaine from coca leaves and caffeine from cola nuts, would evolve into what critics would later call humanity's most successful legal addiction. This is the story of how a simple pharmacy drink transformed into the ultimate empire of desire, marketing genius, and global domination. Dr. Pemberton's original formula was called Pemberton's French Wine Coca, a medicinal tonic that promised to cure everything from headaches to impotence. But when Atlanta went dry in 1886, Pemberton was forced to remove the wine and create a non-alcoholic version. On May 8, 1886, he first served his new creation at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta for 5 cents a glass. His bookkeeper, Frank Robinson, suggested the name Coca-Cola and designed the distinctive Spencerian script logo that remains virtually unchanged today. The drink contained 9 milligrams of cocaine per glass, enough to provide a noticeable stimulant effect that customers found irresistible. Pemberton sold just 25 gallons in the first year, averaging 9 drinks per day, generating a mere $50 in revenue against $70 in advertising costs. Little did he know he had created the foundation for what would become the world's most valuable brand, worth over $80 billion today. The real empire began when Asa Griggs Candler, another Atlanta pharmacist, recognized the drink's potential and systematically bought out Pemberton's partners for a total of $2,300 by 1891. Candler understood something Pemberton didn't. This wasn't just a medicine, it was a brand waiting to be born. He immediately began one of the most aggressive marketing campaigns in American history, distributing over 8.5 million free drink coupons by 1913, and plastering the Coca-Cola name on everything from serving trays to calendars to painted barn sides. Candler's marketing budget reached an unprecedented $100,000 annually by the early 1900s, more than most companies' total revenues. He created the mythology that Coca-Cola was the pause that refreshes, and positioned it not as medicine, but as an everyday pleasure. By 1895, Coca-Cola was being sold in every state and territory in America. Candler had discovered the secret formula for empire building. It wasn't just about the product, it was about making people believe they needed it in their daily lives. The bottling revolution began in 1899 when two Chattanooga lawyers, Benjamin Thomas and Joseph Whitehead, convinced Candler to sell them the exclusive rights to bottle Coca-Cola for just $1. Candler thought bottling was a fad, and that fountain sales would always dominate, one of the most expensive mistakes in business history. Thomas and Whitehead created the franchise bottling system that became the blueprint for global expansion, allowing local entrepreneurs to buy concentrate from Atlanta and bottle it locally. This system generated massive profits for the company while shifting the capital investment and risk to franchisees. By 1909, there were 379 Coca-Cola bottling plants across America. The iconic contour bottle was introduced in 1916, designed by the Root Glass Company to be so distinctive that it could be recognized by touch alone or lying broken on the ground. This bottle became so synonymous with Coca-Cola that it was granted trademark protection in 1977, the first commercial package ever to receive such status. When Robert Woodruff took control of Coca-Cola in 1923 at age 33, he transformed a successful American beverage company into a global empire. Woodruff's vision was audacious. He wanted Coca-Cola to be within arm's reach of every person on Earth. His first international move came in 1928 when Coca-Cola became an official sponsor of the Amsterdam Olympics, beginning a relationship with the Olympic Games that continues today. But Woodruff's masterstroke came during World War II when he issued an order that every American serviceman should be able to buy a Coca-Cola for 5 cents, regardless of where they were stationed or what it cost the company. This patriotic gesture cost Coca-Cola millions, but established bottling plants in 64 countries by 1945. American GIs consumed 5 billion bottles of Coca-Cola during the war,
And when they returned home, they had created an international demand that Woodruff was ready to supply. By 1950, Time magazine featured Woodruff on its cover, calling him the man who taught the world to drink Coca-Cola. The secret to Coca-Cola's empire wasn't just marketing, it was the creation of a carefully engineered product designed to encourage repeat consumption. The company's scientists discovered what they called the bliss point, the perfect combination of sugar, caffeine, and phosphoric acid that triggers the brain's reward system without providing complete satisfaction. Each 12-ounce serving contained 34 milligrams of caffeine, precisely calibrated to create a mild physical dependency that drove customers back for more. The cocaine was removed from the formula around 1903, but the coca leaf extract remained, processed to remove the psychoactive alkaloids while maintaining the distinctive flavor. The exact formula, known as Merchandise 7X, became one of the most closely guarded trade secrets in corporate history, kept in a vault at SunTrust Bank in Atlanta and known by only a handful of executives. This secrecy created mystique around the brand and made it impossible for competitors to create exact replicas. Coca-Cola's marketing genius lay in associating the drink with universal human experiences: happiness, friendship, celebration, and refreshment. The company's advertising budget reached $1 million annually by 1930, an astronomical sum for the era, and funded campaigns that didn't just sell a product, but sold a lifestyle. The famous "I'd like to buy the world a Coke" commercial in 1971 became a cultural phenomenon, transforming a soft drink advertisement into an anthem for global unity. Coca-Cola sponsored everything from baseball games to Christmas imagery. The modern image of Santa Claus in his red suit was largely popularized through Coca-Cola advertising campaigns starting in the 1930s. The company understood that to build an empire, they needed to embed themselves into the cultural fabric of every society they entered. They sponsored local festivals, sports teams, and cultural events, making Coca-Cola synonymous with celebration and community gathering. The numbers behind Coca-Cola's empire are staggering and reveal the true scale of their global domination. Today, Coca-Cola products are sold in over 200 countries and territories, more than the number of countries in the United Nations. The company sells 1.9 billion servings per day, which means that every second, 22,000 Coca-Cola products are consumed worldwide. Their distribution network reaches into virtually every corner of the globe, from villages in rural Africa to research stations in Antarctica. The Coca-Cola system employs approximately 700,000 people worldwide and operates more than 900 bottling and manufacturing facilities. In many developing countries, Coca-Cola products are easier to find than clean drinking water, a fact that illustrates both the company's distribution mastery and the controversial nature of their global reach. The company's market capitalization has reached $280 billion, making it one of the most valuable corporations in history. Coca-Cola's expansion strategy was methodical and ruthless, often preceding American political and economic influence into new markets. The company entered new countries by first establishing relationships with local elites and government officials, then building bottling infrastructure that created jobs and economic dependency. In post-war Japan, Coca-Cola's entry was initially resisted as cultural imperialism, but through strategic partnerships and localized marketing that respected Japanese customs while gradually introducing American consumption habits, they eventually captured the market. The same playbook was used across Latin America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. Coca-Cola became what critics called liquid imperialism, a way of spreading American consumer culture without military conquest. The red and white logo became more recognizable globally than most national flags, and the taste of Coca-Cola became associated with modernity, prosperity, and Western lifestyle.
From Dr. Pemberton's morphine addiction cure to a $280 billion global empire, Coca-Cola's story reveals the ultimate formula for business domination. Create a product that generates mild physical dependency, rapid and irresistible marketing that associates consumption with positive emotions, build a distribution system that makes the product universally accessible, guard the formula like a state secret, and embed the brand so deeply into cultural celebrations that it becomes synonymous with happiness itself. What started as 9 drinks per day in an Atlanta pharmacy became 1.9 billion servings consumed daily across the globe. Coca-Cola didn't just build a beverage company, they created the template for how to turn human psychology, chemistry, and desire into the ultimate empire. The real secret formula wasn't just what went into the bottle, but understanding that the most powerful empires aren't built on force or necessity, but on convincing billions of people that they can't live without something they never needed in the first place.